Hello, and welcome to the Postal Code Unknown podcast for Tuesday, July 4th of 2017. Got a special episode for you guys today. For all of the Americans in the audience, today is Independence Day. So I wanted to do something to celebrate my country and share a story that may not have been from the past couple of years, but was really important to my development and one of maybe the most incredible experiences of my life. So shortly after graduating university, I had a job that fell through and I had to move back home, basically just kind of ran out of money and was sort of struggling to keep up with student loans. And I had a little bit of money saved up, and I found a plane flight, a ticket basically, that the airline JetBlue was doing at the time to basically sold this ticket, this all-you-can-jet pass that was about the same price as a round-trip flight to New York, where you could fly as much as you wanted for a month. And at this point in time, it's like, okay, well, I've lived most of my life in California. I want to see the rest of the country, and how do I do this? How do I make this happen? I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to figure this out. So I got that pass. I managed to be one of the few people to sort of pick that up. And because I didn't have a job at the time, it was, okay, well, all right, let's make the most of this and study for basically graduate school exams. Spoiler alert, I didn't get actually started with graduate school until about, several years later, which is now. But so that trip was extraordinary. I went to several different places. I'm not going to go down the entire list at this point in time because actually what I found is a stack of postcards that I made to send to friends of the pictures that I took from that trip. So without further ado, I'll start going through these. They're in no particular order, so I might have some doubles here. I apologize for that. But I just wanted to share some of the favorite places that I've been through the United States as a celebration of Independence Day. So, first picture in the stack here. This was taken in Colorado, near the Seven Falls. It's been a really long time, but I believe that's sort of what it's called. It's near Colorado Springs. I went to go visit a friend outside of Denver. Colorado is something that exemplifies a lot of the American wilderness, the things that I see that I really enjoy, and near the Sierras, near Yosemite, up in Oregon and Washington. America's a gorgeous country, and it really has some spectacular wilderness areas that I find difficult to match, and or at least sort of like they are different in different parts of the world. And of course they are. I mean, they wouldn't be, but they're special here. For a lot of reasons. Maybe it's just the wildlife, it's the smell, the atmosphere. But I enjoy it, and I think Colorado is a place that I definitely want to visit more often, especially in other seasons outside of just the summer. So that's one photo. This is from above the freeway outside of Austin, Texas, which is really cool. Now I don't have pictures of that here, but they're not this bridge, but there's a bridge that separates the sort of northern and southern parts of the city called Congress Street, and there's a bridge that goes over a river there that actually is sort of home to a population of, I think, about 1.5 million bats, which is really kind of weird. So people go out at sunset to watch these bats go by, and it's such a weird, cool, incredible thing for a city in the States to have. This is on a bridge in Boston, looking back towards the Boston cityscape. This is if you were to walk across this bridge, you would go towards the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Harvard from the Back Bay. That's a double of that. This is also in Boston near the Berklee College of Music. I saw this truck parked right by this, and I just thought that the color and the angles was really cool. So I enjoyed that. Here's another photo, and I think I may have just taken a few of these, but just like I liked the contrast of the sort of like stickers on this sign with the city buildings. Here's some fun ones. This one's near Broadway Street in New York City. Just sort of looking out. And this is in New Orleans, which I celebrate as one of my favorite cities in the United States, because it's got this incredible culture, this incredible resilience, in ways that you don't see in a lot of other cities in the United States, at least not in the same way. Mostly because it's got this very specific culture that's endemic to the region, and especially after this was God, maybe about a year after the Hurricane Katrina did a lot of damage to the city. So I got a chance to sort of speak with people who had survived the event and ask them what their experiences were like and how difficult it was. And I had a friend who had actually moved out there to volunteer to help, and he took me on a tour of the lower Ninth Ward and sort of some of the buildings that he had helped reproduce. And it was really heartbreaking to see that kind of devastation in a practical sense. And me, for one, you know, maybe I feel a little bit bad. I haven't really ever, and maybe I should, sort of like helped in situations like that, mostly because I didn't feel like I had the time or the ability to do that. So, any rate, yeah, like it's an extraordinary city. Incredible food. The people there were wonderful. You know, it's got this really amazing French influence. It's, you know, like got the, yeah, I mean, I walked down Bourbon Street just to sort of see what it was like. And you know what's weird? Bourbon Street, for whatever reason, smells almost exactly like the smell that the New Orleans Square in Disneyland has. And I don't know why, and I don't know if that's a good thing, but yeah, they smell the same, which is weird. But yeah, so New Orleans is a magical place. It's got the iconic Café du Monde, which has excellent coffee and beignets in the morning. You've got just incredible music. It's just that one of my favorite places I've been to in the States by far. I've got another picture of New York City cabs, and sort of like the light at night in downtown. I've got a picture of Seattle. So if you got to see my video of Seattle recently, this is not a view that I would have seen again, but something I got from being up on top of one of the buildings up there. This was from an exhibit from the Natural Museum of History in New York. I believe that's from New York, because I went to a couple of museums. Here are the Niagara Falls from the United States side. It took me several years, but I finally made it back to the Canada side. Another picture of an exhibit from the Natural Museum of History in New York. Okay. Here's sort of light hitting the side of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Here's this really cool statue that I saw near a church on Cathedral Street in New York City. This is near Columbia University. Got another picture of the walking path that goes along the Niagara Falls that you can take on the United States side. And another one of the sort of rainbow bridge that crosses between the United States and in Canada. Here's a statue that's in Washington, D.C. Here's another picture from Austin. So this is actually out by the lake, sort of south of the city near the hostel I was staying at. Just kind of had this chill little dock out there, and I just thought it was a really cool place to sit and read for a while. So a duplicate there, and another one as well. Okay, cool. I like this picture a lot. This one is just outside the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. as well. But at the time which the photo was taken, and I don't know if this is still the case, but they had this really beautiful sort of floral arrangement, and I managed to catch this couple sort of sitting and taking their picture there. It was really sort of a quiet moment that I really thought was beautiful. Okay, and this is of the Capitol building in Austin, Texas, and this is when I was playing around with long exposures, and I didn't have a tripod, so I set a bunch of books together on top of a post to try to get the long exposure there, and I think it turned out okay. It could have been a lot worse, so I really was pretty happy with that. So those are all the photos that I have with me. I have tons more photos. This is something that I would consider maybe producing in larger amounts in the future. If you guys like the photographs that I've been taking on the website and are interested in maybe having postcards or books or digital prints or otherwise, let me know. I would be happy to sort of research maybe doing these types of things again in the future. This was a lot of fun, and I'd love to do something like that again. So today's episode's running a little long, so I want to cut things short here, but I do want to wish all the Americans in the audience a very happy 4th of July. Have fun, be safe, and everyone else that's out there, have fun and be safe. Have a wonderful day regardless, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more of what I've been doing outside of these videos, you can see more at theradicaldreamer.com, where I've got articles and photographs with travel advice and stories that aren't just in a video format. You can follow me on Twitter at @OneRadicalDreamer or on Instagram at @aradicaldreamer if that's something that you're more interested in. If you're interested in supporting me, I do have a Patreon page up as well, which you can find at patreon.com/theradicaldreamer. And that's a way for as little as $1 a month you can help support me get better equipment and do more videos of this type and make a whole bunch more cool stuff to share with you in the future. And last but not least, if you like what you've been seeing on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and send a couple comments. I'd be happy to answer more questions in future episodes of the podcast. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Take care.